Oh my God, we are live, I think for the third time tonight, but thank you for hanging with me while I'm getting used to going live on on Facebook, on YouTube, because that's the problem. Everyone goes live on Facebook. I never really go live on YouTube. Trying to get comfortable with it. I'm learning, but I think I got the hang of it. So let's just jump right into it. You guys, thank you so much for coming aboard Filmspiration. I wanted to do a few main things with regards to being live here on Filmspiration. And thank you to my one viewer who's there watching. Thank you so much from whichever country you are from. I appreciate you, my friend. So first and foremost, I wanted to say that I noticed that I'm getting, or my channel is getting more subscribers, which I definitely do appreciate from many different parts of. So let me try to go through some of the analytics of some of the places that I will go, starting with from the least number of views to the most number of views. We're gonna go Lebanon, Costa Rica, United blah blah blah. I screwed that up. United Arab Emirates, United Kingdom, Vietnam, Nepal, Egypt, Honduras, Guatemala, Puerto Rico, El Salvador, Philippines, Paraguay, Saudi Arabia. Let me scroll up. Uruguay, España, la República Dominicana, Dominican Republic, Chile, Bolivia, Pakistan, Iraq, Venezuela, Peru, Colombia, Argentina, Ecuador, India. Oh, my friends in India. Great to see you on here. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel and watching all the stuff that I have to offer. United States and Mexico. Mexico, que siempre estás en mi corazón. Mexico, I love you. You're always in my heart. Un gran abrazo para todos, pero en particular a mi raza querida mexicana. Los quiero mucho, de su servidor, de parte de su servidor, Edgar Ibarra. Everyone, thank you so much for, from whatever country you're from. I appreciate you in my life. I appreciate you watching my craziness on my channel, whether it's Filmspiration or short films or the one feature film. Thank you so much for being here. I really, really just wanted to start off with saying that. Now, Filmspiration, let me go ahead and go back on over to this other screen. Okay, there I am. Oh. Filmspiration. What is Filmspiration? Let me give you a little bit of background on myself. I live in Tucson, Arizona, and I've been making movies at the independent grassroots level for almost 20 years now. Independent grassroots basically meaning that, with whatever camera and whatever friends I can scrape together. And thankfully, it's been a very blessed journey with a lot of people who've believed in what I do. And if you want to check out any of those many short films and the one feature film, you can go on over to the playlist on the on my channel page, the main channel page. Sorry, I'm going to try to not go crazy in my mind. Yeah, and then there you can watch a lot of the short films, a lot of the feature films throughout the years, almost going on about 18 years worth now, so almost 20, going on 20. And so I've been making short and feature films for a long time. I'm currently working on my second feature film. It's called All We Have. It's still in post-production. It's almost there. And in the meantime, so I've always been a filmmaker ever since the mid-90s, when I was still in high school and I got out of high school and I became more serious about finding my voice. So from about 1994 to 2002, I got familiar with the camera, and I was kind of finding my voice and my style. And then in about 2003, another blessing in my life, I was granted an opportunity to be a cameraman and an editor for a local TV television station, Telemundo. And then I've worked for also the CBS affiliate, and I currently work for the NBC affiliate. And it's been a blessing and a journey, especially when I tried to get into film school back in 2002. For certain financial reasons, that was not able to happen. But that's okay, though, because the blessing of having the job that I do for a living, it forces me to go to film school every single day to keep up on my skills, where I have to push myself, my creativity, my will, my determination, all that stuff. So that's how I'm very blessed to make a living. It's been a very blessed journey of just 17 years ago. Actually, 17 years ago yesterday, on the 7th of July, I completed 17 years in the news industry. So anyway, that's me, filmmaker at night. or actually in the morning, because I'm currently editing my my feature film, very early in the morning, as early as I can get up, till maybe about 8:30, and then I get ready for work, and then I have a long day of work, and then at nighttime is when I do filmspiration. Now, let's get to that. What is filmspiration? Filmspiration is basically I a lot of times needed inspiration as a filmmaker to just kind of get me through the day and to just here, let me go ahead and flip this. And so, to just kind of get me through the day, especially in the days when you're practicing a craft where all the odds are up against you. Do you have the camera, the editing equipment? Do you have friends? Are your movies, you know, any good? Are you making movies, hopefully, or are you working on somebody else's? If you are, there's no problem with that too. And if your movies suck, good, but will you keep on going? And so there's a lot of there's a lot of internal stuff and a lot of self-esteem related things with making, where I would always continue to need inspiration. So if I I just said basically, like, where can I get some inspiration for film, and then that's how I came up with Filmspiration. It has had many lives before the formal one that it has now with the blue graphic and everything. A lot of times it was just me interviewing somebody else, and it still more or less is, where I'm telling people like, hey, talk to me about your production, or hey, when are we going to see your movie, or hey, when is that screening, or if somebody wants to announce their screening. So a lot of times it's basically that. But the biggest takeaway from that is I got so much inspiration and so much fuel and so much drive from basically helping promote and share other filmmakers, their journeys, their stories on my YouTube channel. And then on top of that, like, I'm not really a person who has like a lot of time to do a lot of creative stuff outside of my time of work, outside of what I'm doing with and developing my feature. And so, I wanted to do something, but I didn't want it to be just for me or just about me, especially when you have like very limited time. So that's when I get on a few friends and I said, hey, can I interview you, or can I do, a show? And so basically that's how Filmspiration um, came to be. And so, I'm forever thankful for all of the people who said, yeah, I'll be interviewed by you. It's on my crazy channel where we talk about everything related to filmmaking. I also recently started in March or April, recently started another playlist called the Glass Half, because I wanted to kind of open up a space to talk about any and other things that were not related to film, where basically you could talk about some harder hitting issues outside of filmmaking, but where you take away a moral, and you walk away from that conversation with something positive, as we say here in the United States. And maybe you have your variations in many other cultures and countries throughout the world, but when you have the glass half full, you're looking at the optimistic part of a situation. So that's the whole point of that playlist. But yeah, that's who I am. This is what I do. That's what Filmspiration is. And I just wanted to say thank you so much to everyone from so many different countries that I see people, watching videos, my videos from. God, all the ones I just, I'll be very honest. 80% of those countries, I was not expecting to, even take an interest in what I'm doing online. So I really, really do appreciate it. Um, Here's how I want to best serve you. I always want to bring you guys value through the interviews that I do with all the great people that come on to the show. For you to take away some advice, for you to take away something good for yourself, even if it's just for information purposes, for inspiration purposes. But as long as you're taking something away from you, or for you, from the interviews that I do with all the people that are kind enough to come on. And by the way, if you ever want to if you're a filmmaker out there, an actor, an actress, or you have something to do with filmmaking, and you got some links you want to share, or some anything you want to talk about, get in touch with me. All my information, I usually put it in the bottom of all the videos, and also leave a comment. I check my comments at least once a day to make sure I'm not missing any comments that I should be replying to. Let me know, get in touch with me, and let's get in touch. If I mainly use Zoom, and I do my interviews for Filmspiration usually on Saturday mornings. So, I know there's time differences in different parts of the world, but yeah, if you ever want to get in touch with me and you want to be on Filmspiration to talk about whatever you want to talk about, even if it's an announcement for your film or you got a trailer and you want to tease it, let me know. Get in touch because I'm here for you guys. Now, speaking about being here for you guys, I want to try other things, but I also want your input. I want to know what you guys want to see out of Filmspiration. Aside from eventually my feature film and all the great people that were in it, which I work on day in and day out. Honestly, let's do some math. If we do the math, I get up. I really do aim to get up at around 4 or 5 in the morning, and for some reason my body's just now it's a little later. But basically, let's say maybe morning, right? And then I edit, go to work, come home, have dinner, and then I at during nighttime, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, but a lot of times Tuesdays and Thursdays too. Um, that's when I do Filmspiration, uploading them, etc. And so really, I'm putting in from about 5 a.m. till maybe I don't know 10, 11 p.m. And then I wake up after I don't know 6, 7 hours of sleep, hopefully get up, do it all over again because my filmmaking dream, as many filmmaking dreams, do not come. It doesn't come easy, and nothing loving will ever come easy. So, other things that I want to know of again. I want to know what you would like for me. As long as it's within my power, within my abilities. What else would you like to see out of Filmspiration? I know that there's a filmmaker here in Arizona. His name's Abai D'Amico, left a great comment. He wants to see some more behind the scenes stuff, or how I break down a scene, how I did this, how I did that, how I accomplished this shot. So I can definitely do that. I'm gonna definitely that one's been in the back of my mind for a little while now, but I'm definitely gonna be doing that. Also, and I'm looking over here on my board because I have it all written down. Um, of course, there's the classic interviewing of people, interviewing cast and crew. So since I'm not making a movie every single day, those won't probably be too often. But I'm always, whenever I can, and whenever possible. Um, walkthroughs. Well, walkthroughs are very similar to what Mr. Avai D'Amico had mentioned. Basically, talking about how I did this scene, how I did that scene. So that's one that's been in the back of my mind for a little while now, and I'm very excited about doing that because I figured out a way to do it technically, and it won't be difficult at all, and so I'll be able to post them. So we'll be doing some really deep dives into how I got shots done. If you're really into doing that, but I do recommend that you guys watch the short film or maybe the feature film. Like I have a lot. I've got one so far. I'm working on the second one. Watch the content that I'll be referencing beforehand. All of the short films, the feature film, La Última Playa, which is the poster right there behind me from, wow, 11 years ago. Watch all that stuff. That way you know exactly what I'm talking about. When I'm referencing this shot or this and that. I'm gonna give you guys some good meat and potatoes, some good juicy stories with regards to how things came together. But yes, you guys, first and foremost, just above all else, always tell me how I can serve you better here on the channel on Filmspiration, because you guys, I'm a guy with, like anybody else, with a camera, a vision, scripts that I write up, a lot of great friends throughout the years who've been, very that I've been very blessed with, to believe in what I'm doing, to the point where we've gotten films made, as you can see in the short and feature length film playlist. I'm a guy with a camera, you guys. I'm not doing anything any more crazy than you. The only other difference is, I have a very demanding job that I tend to, and then also I'm making a feature come together in the morning. So the feature in the morning, then the job, and then Filmspiration. About why why even do Filmspiration? You know, all of the interviews that I do right now, definitely promoting the people that I'm promoting on there. And I thank each and every single one of them for coming on. But I wanted to develop a platform because we live in a day and an age, and we have now for, you know, YouTube came out in 2005 on Valentine's Day, I believe, actually. And, you know, ever since the emergence of platforms like YouTube or like, let me see, by the way, if I can get the text on here. That way you guys can, oh, never mind. That's to send feedback. Okay, that's gone. So we live in a world where basically the platforms are there. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and those are only like the old ones too. I mean, there's so many, obviously, you know, TikTok's the big one right now, but the platforms are there, you guys. And so the cameras that produce beautiful images, now 4K, 6K, 8K, your editing systems, as I've got my editing system right behind me, we all have access to these tools, and we all have access to the platforms and distribution. And if you're on YouTube, monetization as well. The question is, do you want to put the work in to use these platforms? Because we are at a day and an age where we've all seen and heard of different stories where somebody, if you're a dancer, if you're a singer, if you're a filmmaker, somebody uses these platforms to really put themselves out there and just do their thing and just shine as a human being, as an artist. And then, you know, people take notice. Maybe people at the next level, maybe not. And that's fine too, because a lot of people just wanted to develop their own platforms to do their own things free of, you know, the corporate structures out there. So that's probably the big reason why I hit YouTube really hard on top of Facebook and all the other platforms, because I I'm a very big believer in putting in the hard work. I'm not talking about, you know, I'm not talking about the, you know, the boasting and, you know, the I'm talking about the late nights of editing. As you can see, like I look really tired. Oh my God. Yeah, but like the late nights of editing, I'm talking about the late nights of a lot of, whether you're writing that script in pre-production, you're in production, or you're doing post-production like I am right now. There's always something to do. And I'm talking about doing that type of hard work and putting that type of hard work into doing, you know, those few different things. But if you're willing to do those things, and I'm more than willing to do them, I have been for a long time. I will admit it's been a little, you know, interesting and difficult to navigate, you know, how do you grow a channel, and, you know, what's the best content to put out there, and what do you know, like all of that and figuring that out. I've been at it for a long while, and it hasn't been easy, but it's working, thankfully. And so that's why I do it, because I just figure in today's day and age, with the platforms that are there, why not? I don't want to look back now, like 1 year from now, 3, 5, 10 years from now, and know, you know what? I had all these platforms, but I wasted the time. I don't want to look back knowing that I wasted the time. I want to look back knowing that I put in the hard work, like me, not hiring somebody to do the editing. You know, if it comes down to that, or if I ever get that big to do, you know, all of the main four things, which is the writing, shooting, directing, and editing that I really like to do. I can't do much more than that. And then, of course, all my social stuff. But, you know, I do hope to get to a point where I need help to be able to do so much, because, you know, because things have gotten to another level, I guess we can say it like that. But till then, I love the hard work. I love the hard work. I love the challenge of always staying on top of my skills. That's why I like to do the work itself. I mean, as you can see, again, my editing tower is right back there. That's where, you know, I'm editing my film. Um, that here, you guys, is I'm just developing a platform, and if you can see the value in doing the same also, I encourage all of you to do it, because when we live in a world where, you know, every single country there's cell phone service now, or at least, you know, most countries, and um, at least in most developing nations as well as developed nations. I'm sorry, like we all have cell phones, and We all have connectivity. Oh my God, I can't talk. Ah, connectivity to the internet. So we all have the power of plugging in to upload and distribute our visions. Now, whether or not you make money and how you make money off of that, well, I'm still working on that every single day too. But if other people can do it, I know I can do it, and it'll happen in time. It's just that, it's a matter of time. But I encourage you to do the same, to to harness the tools that are there for you to harness, just as I'm doing, because that's all I'm doing, you guys. I just happen to be making a movie in the morning, then going to work, and then doing all the social stuff at night, including, of course, Filmspiration, um, and the other one, Glass Half Full. But anyway, enough about that, you guys. I just wanted to say um, hello for all of you who are new to Filmspiration. Thank you so much for jumping aboard. To everyone from the countries. And I'm going to go ahead and list the countries again as a big fat thank you. Thank you to Mexico, the United States, India, Ecuador, Argentina, Colombia, Peru, Venezuela, Iraq, Pakistan, Bolivia, Chile, the Dominican Republic, Spain. Let's just go through them all. Uruguay, Saudi Arabia, Paraguay, Philippines, El Salvador, Puerto Rico, Guatemala, Honduras, Egypt, Nepal, Vietnam, United Kingdom, United Arab Emirates. I almost messed that one up. And then also, what do we have here? Costa Rica and Lebanon. You guys, thank you so much for you guys. I understand. You guys don't have to. There's like a million channels and a million different things that you can watch, but I thank you for spending some time on my channel. I thank you for, your input, for your time, for you enjoying my content, because I work hard. I work hard to bring you what I can, but I do it with a lot of love and for each and every single one of you, for the world altogether. So anyway, you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me in the comments. I always check my comments, or also dig up the Ibarra Films at outlook.com. That's YBARRAFILMS at outlook.com. Write me an email. Say hello. I would love to hear from you. You guys, I love you. I'll talk to you guys later. And I'm looking forward to doing these lives more often. Probably not this late, but, I would like to interact with some of you guys. Anyway, thank you very much, you guys. I love you. Talk to you later. This has been Filmspiration. And if you can, hit that little notification button and the little bell. That way you're notified next time I make a new video, because that way YouTube will always show you that I made a new video as long as you hit that little bell. Thank you very much, you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. And yeah, just that. I look forward to doing more lives. Bye.